Once I say it is an MCQ, it may be in the form of an objective question or fill in the blanks or match the following or one word question. Under section C, that is 3-mark question. So there is 7 questions to be set, but you need to answer only 3 questions. 80 marks the theory paper, that is annual examination, and 20 as an internal assessment. So in total, the whole paper is for 100 marks. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. Myself Shruti, Department of Mathematics, Vidhyaashram, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Here in this session, I am here to present you the syllabus prescribed by the Karnataka board for basic maths. Now here in this session, we are going to check about the scope of the syllabus, the textbook for reference, division of the syllabus, weightage chart, and question paper pattern for the year 2023-24. Now, scope of the syllabus. So, what is the help of taking basic mathematics as a commerce students here? Now, here, many students are aspirants of competitive examination as well as they are aiming for CA. So basically for CA students and to study subjects in CA, they must have a strong base of mathematics. So for that purpose, choosing basic maths as a combination and as a commerce student is necessary. Now here, to clear CA, you have an entrance examination called CPT, IPCC, and many other competitive examination after your plus 12. So you have many entrance examinations as well as competitive examination. So for that reason, you will be very thorough with the basic maths as a tool here. Now here, apart from this, when you go for undergraduate programs like BBA, BCom, you have few topics in mathematics which you are going to study in the form of an quantitative aptitude. So many of the entrance examination questions contains a subject, mathematics, where it needs mental ability as well as logic thinking. So here, studying basic mathematics helps you to go through all these things as well as entrance examination. Textbook for reference. So I'll tell you what are the things or what is the textbook you need to refer for first PUC basic mathematics. Next, we will see how the division of the syllabus. Here you will be having units and units are subdivided into chapters. Next, weightage chart. So we have a blueprint for each chapter. So that is Karnataka board have prescribed a weightage for a particular chapter. Now question paper pattern. So how will be the pattern or design of your question paper for the academic year 2023-24. Now let's look at the textbook for reference. So this is a basic mathematics textbook for your first PUC 2023-24 prescribed by the Pre-University Board Karnataka. Now here, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College Basic Mathematics Study Material. So this is one of the important study materials which you can use for your learning. Next, we move on to the syllabus. So clearly you can see here you will be having 4 units this year. So the first unit is algebra, commercial arithmetic is your second unit. Third unit is your trigonometry and fourth unit is analytical geometry. So what is the necessary of studying algebra? Other than commercial arithmetic, it is related to your commerce subject. And algebra, trigonometric, analytical geometry. What is the purpose of studying these things? So in algebra, you will be having lessons like number theory. Here you are going to learn about the LCM, HCF, sets, relations and function. Other than that, you will be studying cubic equations, linear inequalities, plotting the graph in algebra. And trigonometry is here, you will be learning all the trigonometric ratios and the value of their standard angles. Analytical geometry, you are going to learn about the coordinate x and y axis, the locus of a point. That means every locus have some geometry. You need to learn some geometry. It may be a straight line, it may be a curve, circle or anything. And apart from that, you will be having a straight lines. So what is the purpose of studying all this chapter as a commerce student? Now you have to learn a graph. Why? Because you need to know many graphs related to commerce in economics as well as business maths. Now here, plotting x and y coordinates, or plotting any point on x and y coordinates, drawing any curves helps you to analyze the many graphs in future. Now, learning straight lines or solving linear inequalities helps you to draw a straight line in a graph. Now here, why we need to draw a straight line, why we need to analyze a straight line as an important chapter, why we need to solve linear inequalities. So here, through graphical method, you are going to learn how we can maximize the profit and minimize the loss of a given function. So here, it also helps you in dealing with some business commerce. So here, studying all these chapters have highly advantage in the field of commerce, economics and business. Now let's see how these units are divided into chapters. In the first unit, algebra, you have 7 chapters. So number theory. So number theory, you will be learning all types of numbers, how to calculate the HCF, LCF of a given numbers, sets, relations and function. In this chapter, you will be learning union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference, as well as the Venn diagrams, and then it is adjointed to the relations and functions, where you are going to learn about the types of relations as well as types of function. The next unit is the theory of indices. Theory of indices is law of indices, which you have studied in your school. So here you are going to learn the laws of exponent once again. Next, logarithms. Logarithms helps us to find out the value of a very large numbers without using calculators. So next, progressions, which includes the sequence and series of arithmetic progression, geometric progression and harmonic progression, which you have already learnt in your school again. Next, you have theory of equation. So here you are going to learn different types of equations, where it includes the linear equation, quadratic equations and cubic equation, and also how to find the solutions of all these equations. The next chapter is linear inequalities. Until now, you have solved many algebraic expression using equalities. Here we are going to find the solution of inequalities, and also we have a solution to find the linear inequalities in graphical method, which helps us to analyze the maximum and minimum of profit and loss as well as cost to your second year PUC. Next, commercial mathematics. So these are the chapters which you have all some basic concepts which you have already learnt in your school. Here we will study it once again. The 8th chapter under the unit commercial arithmetic is simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest you have already calculated, and compound interest here will be learning again with many types of conditions. Now annuities. So annuities is a chapter where you will learn the depreciation of some items, as well as you will be learning how the insurance policy works in terms of future value as well as present value. Next, we have averages. Averages is a basic concept which includes the average and sum of a given quantities here. Next, you will be learning percentage, profit and loss once again, the school base here also. Next, you will be learning linear function. So in linear functions, you might have a new concept of cost function, revenue function. So here you are going to learn all these functions in the form of linear functions. Next unit, which contains a trigonometry. So we have 2 chapters here, angles and trigonometric ratios. So how angles are studied under trigonometric ratios. What are those standard values? How will we convert them into degrees to radians, radians to degrees? Next, you have standard angles and allied angles. So you will be learning the standard angles as well as the allied angles in the sum and difference of different trigonometric functions. The next chapter is analytical geometry. The very first chapter is coordinate system in a plane. In this chapter, you will be learning in detail about the coordinate axis, how you are going to find a point or how you are going to plot a point inside the graph, how you will draw a line, how or what is the distance between the given points, as well as you will be learning how a point divides the line and what is the equation of that point when it divides the given line. Next, we have locus and its equation. So we will be studying an equation of a point, how a point moves and what is the equation of that point. So here every point, when it moves, it creates some geometry. So we will be learning the geometry as well as the equation of that locus. The last chapter is the straight line. So to analyze many things in the straight line, or to analyze anything graphically, we need to learn the slope of a line. So here, how to find the slope of a line in different forms. Also, we will be learning the general equation of a straight line and many forms of equation of a straight line, conversion of one form to another. Also, we will study the image of a point using the concept of straight lines. So, in total, you're having 17 chapters. Now, let's see the weightage chart of each chapter. So, this is the blueprint prescribed by the Pre-University Board of Karnataka. So, you have chapter 1 to chapter 17 in total. So, here the number of hours is given to teach all these chapters and marks is allotted from the chapter. That means from number theory, questions in total of 8 marks you can expect in the question paper. So, that is you have 2 marks 1 question, 5 mark 1 question, 1 question in the form of MCQs. Now here, from this academic year, the very first main includes objective questions. So that means you will be answering the questions under 1 marks in the form of match the following, fill in the blanks, multiple choice question and 1 word answer. So there are 20 questions for 1 marks which are in the different forms of objective questions. So next you have second, sets, relations and function. So, number of hours required to teach this chapter is 16 hours and total you will be getting 16 hours. So, the marks as well as the number of hours are equal here. So, from this chapter, you have 2 MCQs, 1 short answer question, 1 short answer question, that is 2 2-mark questions you will be having and 1 5-mark, 1 4-mark. Next, you have theory of indices. So that is a law of exponents again. So here from this chapter, you will be having 1 MCQ and 1 short answer and a 3-mark question. Next, logarithms, a 6 marks chapter. So 1 5-mark and 1 MCQ. Next is progression. So arithmetic, geometric and harmonic progression. So here you have 2 MCQ questions. Once I say it is an MCQ, it may be in the form of an objective question or fill in the blanks or match the following or 1 word question. So now here under progression, it's overall you will be having 12 marks. So you have here 1 plus 1, 2 MCQs. Next you have short answer question, 1 more MCQ, 1 3-mark question and 1 4-mark question. Next, from theory of equations. So theory of equations, again it's a 12 marks chapter. So you can clearly see here you have 1 long answer question for 5 marks. Next, 1 short answer for 3 marks, 1 short answer for 2 marks and 1 MCQ. Next, linear inequalities. So you have here 1 MCQ, 1 short answer for 3 marks and 1 more short answer for 3 marks. Next, simple interest and compound interest. It's a 8 marks chapter. So you have here 1 MCQ, 1 short answer for 2 marks and 1 short answer for long answers, that is for 5 marks. Next, you have annuities. From the chapter annuities, you have 1 MCQ question and 1 5-mark question. Next, averages. So again, here you have 1 MCQ and 1 short answer question. Next, from the chapter percentage profit loss, you have MCQ 1 marks, long answer 5 marks. Next, linear function, 1 MCQ and 1 3-mark question. Next, from angles and trigonometric ratios, you have 1 2-mark question. Next, 1 MCQ, 1 2-mark questions. Next, standard angles and allied angles, a 4-mark. So here from this chapter, you will be getting only 1 question in the form of 4 marks. So next, coordinate system in a plane is a 5-mark question. Locus and its equation, 1 mark and 1 2-mark. Next, straight lines, it's a chapter which contain 1 MCQ, next 1 2 marks, 1 3 marks and 1 5-mark question. So overall, number of hours required to teach all 17 chapters in basic mathematics is 120 and your question paper is set for 120 marks. Let us see the question paper pattern. So here, the question paper will be set for 120 marks, where it is divided into 5 sections. Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D and Part E. Part A is 1 mark question. Part B is 2 mark question. Part C 3 marks. Part D 5 mark. And Part E is 4 marks. So entire question paper will be set including the number of questions. You can clearly see the number of questions under 1 marks is 20, 2 marks 11, 3 marks 7, 5 marks 9 and 4 marks 3 questions. So which also includes an internal choices here. So the questions set is 20, 11, 7, 9, 30. Overall you have 50 questions in the question paper. But you have to answer 20 questions from part A. Clearly there is no choices in the first section. So now here in the second section, you will be having 11 questions. So you need to answer any 6. So you will be getting the marks of 12 questions. So under section C, that is 3 mark question. So there is 7 questions to be set, but you need to answer only 3 questions. So you will be getting 15 questions from this section. Next, among long answers, that is the 5 mark section under part D. So number of questions they have set is 9, but you are supposed to answer any 5 questions. So you will be getting 25 marks here. Next, long answers of 4 marks. So there is a question of 3, but you are supposed to answer any 2. Choose any 2 questions out of 3 questions. So 4 2s are 8. So overall, the number of questions to be answered is 38 and maximum marks you can attend is 80. Now let's see the design of the question paper. So this is how your question paper will look like. So first PUC basic mathematics. The instructions is given here. Write the question numbers legibly in the margin. Answer for the question should be continuous. Only the first written answer will be considered for part A. So I told you there are 20 questions under part A section. So you cannot write all those answers anywhere. So you have to use only the front page of your answer booklet and write continuously all the 20 questions. Now, other than that, the time duration to attend basic mathematics paper is 3 hours 15 minutes and maximum marks you can attend is 80. Now, the instruction about the question paper is given here clearly. The question paper has 5 parts, A, B, C, D and E. Answer all the parts. Part A carries 20 marks. That means you need to attend all the questions. Part B carries 12 marks. So, because any 6 questions you need to attend out of 11. Part C carries 15 marks. You need to attend any 5 questions out of 7 questions. Part D carries 25 marks. That means you are supposed to answer any 5 questions under part D. And E carries 8 marks, any 2 questions of 4 marks. Write the question number properly as indicated in the question paper. So, you cannot change the question number. So, whatever the number prescribed for the particular question, only that question number you need to put and write the solution for the given question. Now you have a part A section here clearly. You have 5 multiple choice questions you can see. Choose the correct answer. Each question carries 1 mark. 4 options will be given and 1 question. So you have 5 marks. Multiple choice question. Next, you have match the following. So you have 5 questions and 6 options here. So you need to match the proper options here. So this also carries 5 marks. Next, you have 5 fill in the blanks question. Here also the options are given in brackets. So 6 options will be given. You are supposed to choose the right answer here also. Next, you have answer the following question. That is a 1 word or 1 sentence question. Or you can directly write the answer for the given question. So which carries 1 marks. So overall 5 marks. Next, under part B section, you can clearly see here you will be having 11 questions, but you can choose any 6 questions out of 11 questions. Next, under part C section, so they'll give 7 questions. So you are supposed to answer any 5 questions out of this following, so which carries 15 marks. Under part D section, you can answer any 5 questions here also. So they'll give you 9 questions. Choose any 5 questions whichever you feel easy and attend those 5 questions. So maximum you can attend 25 from this section. The last section is a 4 mark section. You are supposed to answer any 2 out of this questions. So you will be having 3 questions. Choose any 2 and 8. Next, so the overall question paper is set for 120 marks. The maximum you can score is 80. Now, whatever the remaining 20, the remaining 20 will be calculated in terms of internal assessment in your school or college itself. So that internal assessment is divided into 10 and 10. So 10 marks is the average of all the test and midterm which is prescribed by the board again or prescribed by your college. So they'll take all the averages of your test and midterm marks. The other 10 is for assignments and project work. So overall, the entire basic mathematics is calculated for 100 marks. So 80 marks, the theory paper, that is annual examination, and 20 as an internal assessment. So in total, the whole paper is for 100 marks. So I hope you can clearly plan for basic mathematics this year. So I'll meet you in the next session with the concept classes of the all 17 chapters. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, and keep exploring. Thank you.